mean, I spent the first 20 years of being gay feeling terrible about myself because I'm a bear guy. And I was a bear guy then, but I didn't know I was a bear. And because of that, it was very difficult. And I can remember the first time I went to the Toolbox, they had a bear night. And I remember walking in, and this young guy hit on me like I hadn't been in the bar for more than 30 seconds. And this young guy is hitting on me, and he said to me, "You've never been here before." And I said, "No, I haven't." And he said, "Oh, a new bear." I didn't have any idea what AIDS was until I went to England. And I was working in an art gallery, and there was this really cute Irish guy who was one of the other gallery attendants. And one day Paddy said he had to bend over to pick something up, and he said, "I don't know if I should turn around and bend over because, you know, who knows what you might do." And so I said, I mean, the temptation is there. And he said, "Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the temptation is, but I don't want to get AIDS." And I didn't know what, and I really didn't know much about AIDS at all. I can remember the other thing was the whole controversy over the second cup, because there were the stepchildren who would hang out there interminably. But one of the things about the stepchildren was that at first, I mean, it did get nasty because it really did become drug users and hustlers, and it no longer felt community-based, but it was very community-based for a long time, and you'd go and hang out. At the time, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence were very big in the gay community, and we sort of formed a splinter group of them. We called ourselves the Spellman family because Cardinal Francis Spellman was one of the, I think he might have even been the Archbishop of New York, and he was notorious for picking up hustlers. And there was a collection of dirty stories, like one was called Smut and one was called Meat, and they were from New York, and they were very salacious stories. And there were several about Cardinal Spellman losing, for example, his ring in a taxi where the hustler he was with kind of borrowed it, and so we all had our Spellman names. The difference between the world I grew up in and the world as it is now is that I never thought I would see two men walking anywhere in any part of a city holding hands or kissing or anything like that. You could do that on Church Street. So I would like young people to know more about where they've come from in terms of this community, because one of the things that, I know now that I didn't know then, and I wish I did, I wish I had had a sense of the history of this community. I had no idea how old I didn't know anything about how old this community was. Now, at least in Church and Wellesley, there's the statue to Molly Wood, for better or worse, whatever it's worth. But, that memorial is there for a reason, and I don't think we think enough about that reason.